everyone, welcome back to my channel Let's Learn with Lizzie. Today we are going to explore one of the most beautiful and culturally rich chapters from Class 9 English textbook Kaveri, Winds of Change. Now, before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a traditional hand fan at your grandparents' house? Maybe made of palm leaves, bamboo, or decorated with colorful embroidery. Most of us today use electric fans or air conditioners so easily that we hardly stop to think about the beautiful handmade fans that once formed an important part of Indian life and culture. And that is exactly what this chapter talks about. But this chapter is not only about fans, it is actually about Indian culture, traditional craftsmanship, changing times, and the need to preserve our heritage. So let us begin this beautiful journey into the world of traditional Indian pankhas. The chapter celebrates India's rich handicraft tradition while reminding readers that modernization is slowly replacing traditional art forms. First, let us understand the title Winds of Change. Now, this title is extremely meaningful. Literally, pankhas create comfort and wind. They provide cool air, but symbolically, the phrase winds of change represents changing times. This chapter shows us how traditional hand fans are slowly disappearing because of modernization and technology. Earlier, people depended on handmade pankhas. Today, we depend on electric fans, coolers, and air conditioners. So, the change here refers to changing lifestyle, changing technology, and changing cultural values. And through this chapter, the writer wants us to think deeply. Are we slowly forgetting our traditional art forms? This is the central concern of the chapter. Now, let us understand the meaning of the word pankha. The word comes from the Hindi word pank, which means the feather of a bird. Interesting, right? The chapter also mentions other word, pankhi. A pankhi was a small plumed fan used in ancient India. Now, what makes this even more fascinating is that evidence of pankhas has been found in Ajanta cave paintings, sculptures, carvings, and embroidery work. And these Ajanta paintings date back to the 2nd century CE. Just imagine, this means pankhas have been part of Indian culture for centuries. They are not merely objects, they are piece of history. In ancient India, pankhas had both practical and cultural importance. They were used in temples to fan deities. This gave them religious significance. At the same time, they were also used in royal courts to fan kings and royals. So pankhas became symbol of comfort, luxury, status, and tradition. The chapter tells us that some pankhas were tiny, only 2 inches in size, while others were so huge that they required full arm strength to move. Can you imagine how grand royal pankhas must have looked? This immediately shows us the creativity and craftsmanship of Indian artisans. Now, slowly, pankhas became much more than household objects. They became cultural goods. People admired them for their beauty, artistic design, and uniqueness. The chapter says they were considered exotic and stylish, and because of trade routes, these pankhas traveled to different places. But here comes the most beautiful part. Although pankhas were used all across India, every region developed its own unique style. Why? Because every place had different materials, different traditions, and different artistic influences. And this is what makes Indian culture so diverse and beautiful. Let us now look at the materials used in making pankhas. The artisans used locally available materials such as bamboo, cane, palm leaves, silk, brass, leather, and even silver. Some pankhas were decorated with beads, stones, embroidery, gold thread works. Now pause for a moment and think. These were handmade creations, no machines, no factories, just pure skill, patience, and creativity. This is what makes traditional handicrafts truly special. Now comes the sad reality. The chapter explains that with modernization and technology, the use of pankhas are reduced gradually. Today, they are mostly used as decorative items, handicraft pieces, or cultural displays. Electric fans and air conditioners have replaced them in everyday life. And this is why the writer says that the culture of pankhas is slowly losing its presence among Indians. Now, here is an important question for all of you. Do you think modernization is always good? Or do you think we should also preserve our traditional art forms? Think about it because development should not erase our culture. Now let us travel to Rajasthan. Rajasthan is famous for its richly decorated pankhas. First, we have the applique hand fan. These fans are made using pieces of colorful fabric stitched together with ornaments, needlework. Then comes the Zardosi hand fan. These are decorated with glittering gold thread work. They look royal, luxurious, and extremely elegant. The chapter also mentions temple hand fans made of engraved brass with long handles, and finally painted hand fans made of cardboard and offered to gods. Notice something here. In Rajasthan, pankhas are deeply connected with art, royalty, religion, and culture. Now let us move to Gujarat. Gujarat has its own indigenous style of pankhas. The mirror work hand fans are made of pure cotton and decorated beautifully with mirror and embroidery designs. Then we have beadwork fans covered with colorful beads and silver handles. These are often used as wall decorations. The Kutch region is especially famous for leather hand fans decorated with thread and wool. And one of the most inspiring parts of this section is the role of women artisans. The chapter tells us that hardworking home based women workers worked tirelessly to preserve these handicrafts. This reminds us that traditional crafts are not just cultural objects, they are also source of livelihood. The chapter then introduces us to the pankhas from other states. In West Bengal, delicate fans are made from the milky white spongy center of sola. Palm leaf fans, they are called tal patar pankha. These are common in Bengali households. Okay. In Uttar Pradesh, the Pad hand fans are decorated with gold, silver zari, silk, and satin frills. Odisha is famous for large palm leaf fans, and Bihar is also known for colorful bamboo hand fans. Now, notice how every state expresses its identity through its handicrafts. This chapter beautifully celebrates India's unity in diversity. The tribal communities of India also created their own unique pankhas. They used materials such as grass, bamboo, palm leaves, metal, silk, and brass. The designs often included geometrical patterns, white ink designs, and red background combination. These tribal pankhas reflect tribal identity, artistic creativity, and traditional skills. And honestly, it is amazing how art can emerge from such simple natural materials. Now we come to one of the most important ideas in the chapter. Traditional pankha making is under threat. Why? Because of technological advancement, modern cooling devices, reduced practical use, and changing preferences. Earlier, pankhas were necessities. Today, they are mostly decorative items. But the chapter also gives us hope. It explains that these crafts are now becoming commercial businesses that provide livelihood to artisans. So, although the practical use has reduced, the artistic and economic value still remains. Now, the big question is, how can we preserve these traditional crafts? The chapter suggests several solutions. For example, organizing handicraft exhibition, conducting workshops, celebrating artisans, spreading awareness, and appreciating traditional art. And honestly, appreciation matters a lot because when people value traditional crafts, artisans feel encouraged to continue the work. Preservation is not only about saving objects, it is about saving stories, identities, traditions, and generations of skill. Now, let us quickly revise the major themes given in the story. First comes the cultural heritage. The chapter celebrates India's rich artistic tradition form. Next comes tradition versus modernity. Technology is replacing traditional crafts. Moving on to the next theme, artistic creativity. Every pankha reflects imagination and craftsmanship. Then regional diversity. Different states have different styles. And moving on to preservation of culture, the chapter urges us to protect traditional art forms. These themes are extremely important for your exams. Make sure that you are using text evidences from the chapter to add standard to your answers based on thematic analysis. Now let us focus on the characteristics of pankhas. The features of traditional pankhas are as follows. In the artistic perspective, it gives you intricate designs, the decorative embroidery and handmade pattern adds beauty to the art forms. And then functional usage of the pankhas, it is used for cooling and lightweight and portable. Cultural reflections that we can see in the usage of pankha is it is connected with rituals and traditions and reflect regional identity. And finally, coming to economic features of pankha, it provides livelihood to artisans. Now let us have a quick look on the important vocabulary words used in this chapter. First comes indigenous, which means native or local. Then innovative, which means new and original. Industrious means hardworking. Intricate means detailed and complex. Invoked means brought out. Initiatives means actions taken to improve something. Antiquity, that means ancient past. Advent means rival. Perpetually means constantly. Encrusted means decorated or covered. Now let us discuss very important question and answers asked in your chapter. How does the title capture the essence of the chapter? The title Winds of Change perfectly captures the essence of the chapter because it refers to both the physical function of pankhas and the social changes affecting traditional crafts. The chapter explains how traditional hand fans, once widely used in India, are gradually losing importance due to technological advancement and modernization. At the same time, it highlights the need to preserve India's culture and traditional craftsmanship. Now, moving on to the next question, how do pankhas reflect regional culture? Pankhas reflect regional culture through their materials, designs, embroidery styles, and decorative patterns. For example, Rajasthan's Zardosi fan use gold thread work. Gujarat's fan feature mirror work and bead decorations. Bengal's Sola fans are made from spongy Sola material. Bihar's fans use colorful bamboo. Each pankha represents the traditions and artistic identity of their region. Now, moving on to the next question, why is it important to preserve traditional crafts? Traditional crafts are important because they preserve cultural identity, traditional skills, and artistic heritage. They also provide livelihood to artisans and promote India's rich handicrafts traditions. Preserving these crafts helps future generations appreciate the creativity and history of Indian culture. Now let us have a quick look on the literary and language features. First comes the descriptive language. The chapter uses vivid descriptions of colors, materials, patterns, and designs. Then moving on to the language of the text, we are having a very informative style of writing. It is more like an expository informational text, which is a part of non-fictional genre because it provides historical details, explains regional variations, and gives cultural information. So basically, it is an informative text. And the author uses imagery in the description for creating visual images of beautiful handcrafted fans. This chapter teaches us many life lessons. First, we learn to respect artisans and craftsmen. Second, we understand the importance of cultural preservation and awareness of culture. We appreciate India's diversity and tradition. And finally, we realize something very important. that progress should not destroy heritage. Modernization and tradition should coexist with each other. Now, moving on to the critical thinking part of the text, where we are focusing mainly on tradition versus technology. So, there are basically advantages and also disadvantages in this particular chapter. Let us first focus on the advantages of the technology. In advancement, we are having faster cooling devices and it gives convenience to us and modern comfort to all of us. On the other side, the disadvantages of modernization is the decline of handicrafts, loss of traditional skills, and reduced cultural connection. Balanced approach is that you focus on modern innovation and traditional craftsmanship as a coexisting concept, not the one is perfect and the other is not required. You should never support one single area, because in this scenario we are in a position where modernization is also important. At the same time, preserving the culture is also very much needed. Now let's move on to the summary of the text. Winds of Change explores the rich tradition of Indian hand fans known as pankhas. The chapter traces their historical origin, cultural significance, regional diversity, and artistic beauty. It explains how different states developed unique styles using local materials and traditional designs. However, modernization and technology have reduced their practical use. The chapter concludes by emphasizing the need to preserve this valuable cultural heritage through awareness, workshops, and appreciation of artisans. So, students, what do we finally learn from this chapter? We learn that pankhas are not just fans, they are symbols of Indian culture, expressions of artistic beauty, reflections of regional identity, and sources of livelihood. The chapter beautifully reminds us that every traditional object carries history, culture, and human effort within it. And if we do not preserve these traditions today, future generations may only read about them in books. So let us appreciate our artisans, let us celebrate Indian craftsmanship, and let us protect our cultural heritage. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If this explanation helped you understand the chapter better, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more detailed class line English explanation. Also tell me in the comments, have you ever seen or used a traditional pankhas, and which regional pankha did you find the most beautiful? See you on the next lesson. Till that, happy learning.